All right, we are live here on MTG Unpacked. So we've got the Patron Snap Pack live stream for May 2025. So running a bit behind schedule with this one. Normally we would have this like late May, early June, but it's been a busy couple of weeks, as you might have noticed. All right, so we will get started here in a second. So thought I'd highlight the Rudy promo card here, the Fool's Gold from Flesh and Blood. So very cool. All right, so we do have some packs here. Final Fantasy and Tarkir Dragonstorm. So the regulars will know what that is all about. We may open a bunch of those during the stream. It depends how many wild cards we get. So I think we'll start off here with the patrons at the 1-pack tier. So they get a foil pull from the patron box each month. Starting off here with Saggy01. Thank you for being a patron. Grabbing you a foil. It is what is this? Zola Tuyak, the Smiling Flood. It's a mythic. And why is it so shiny? Holy moly. Okay, so enjoy the pull there, Saggy01. Next up, we have Jacob Flint. Thank you for being a patron. Grabbing you a foil. Let's see here. We have Ryder's Return. Okay, next up we've got Stalker Mike 1987. Nice mythic there for you today. And grabbing you a foil, Dalcoven Encampment. All right, pop that back in there. Next patron, we have Spooky Pookie. Thank you for being a patron. And we have a foil, Reach the Horizon. So you'll notice there's a lot of the Final Fantasy cards in this stream. Next, we have Lauren Reynolds. Thank you for being patron. And a foil, what is it? Memory Deluge for you today. All right. And lucky last for the 1-pack tier, we have Graham Brown. Thank you for being a patron. Reaching in here. It is a foil Headless Rider. All right, so that wraps up the 1-pack tier. So we'll set these aside. And then we'll get stuck into the main event here. So if you're new to the streams, we have these patron snap pack boxes. So I just fill them full of cards, usually pulls from the channel. I have been mining some of my older Commander decks lately to get enough rares for this. So if you're a patron and you're in the chat, just let me know and I'll try to get your snap packs done right away. All right, let's see here. We will start off with Don Sava. Thank you for being a patron. Nice Olivia mythic there. So this is the way we do it. We grab 5 commons here. And things are pretty tightly packed, so bear with me. All right, so there we go. And then the uncommons. And I have no idea how well the audio is coming through. Let me know if there are any issues or if it all sounds loud and clear. Okay, so there we have the uncommons, so 5 of those. Then a foil and rare or mythic here for Don. Welcome to Crawfish Cigarette. All right, starting off with Crossroads Village. Breathless Night, Celestial Flare, Seagate Banneret, Core Cartographer, Perforos's Intervention, extra rare, not too shabby, Miraza Rootgrazer, Edimer Crab, Umaro Raging Yeti, nice extended art on this one. So you can tell from the little chocobo figure there, that's Final Fantasy Commander. Then we have Depth Defiler, Foil Toggle, a Fine Hound, and Fey Burrow Elder for the rare. But wait, Don, I'm presuming you're going to see this on the replay. Welcome to Tim Kelly. Next up, we've got Don is back for seconds. So we do have some hungry patrons here. So you know the drill by this point. We've got our 5 commons like so. And in the uncommons, 3, 4, and 5. Grabbing a foil, rare or mythic. All right, let's see what we've got here for Don. Round 2. What is up with this light? I'm not sure which of the lights. We're getting a bit of glare here. We've got Vanguard Seraph, along with Instant Ramen, Font of Fertility, Ancestral Reminiscence, Airship Crash, Abzan Charm, Demon Wall, Indulgent Aristocrat, Vastwood Surge, Arcane Sanctum, Foil Overgrown Zealot, and what is it? Wrecking Ball Arm Extended Art. So enjoy the pulls there, Don. We'll set all this stuff aside for you. Oh, I see what the problem is. For some reason, I've got my phone's light on. I'll see if I can turn that off. Let's see. Do a bit of rearranging here. I might have to drop out for a second. One moment. All right, we are back. Hopefully. Okay, so yeah, that was weird. I think they've changed something in YouTube here. It had my light on by default, so getting a huge amount of glare. All right, so let's see here. Is everyone back here? We've got Jacob Adams, welcome. So I'll see if I can find your snap pack. Here he is. And also, if you're a patron in the chat, just let me know. Oh, Nicholas Zimmerman, there he is. Nicholas, you started in June, right? Okay, so this is for the May patrons. So you'll be coming up either later this month or early July. All right, getting into it here for Jacob Adams. Thank you for being a patron. And I should also mention today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope you had a fantastic day and a weekend overall. All right, there we go. So uncommons, commons, foil. There we go. Jacob says, thanks, man. And we did. Stalkermite, love the pools. Thank you. Just going to lurk for the rest of this. Awesome. All right. Gazelle greens, which apparently are what the chocobo love to eat. There we go. We don't have that annoying glare. I'll have to pay attention to that in the future. Pouncing lynx. Heritage Reclamation, Knoll Hunter, Possessed Goat, Path to the World Tree, Explosive Vegetation, nice one. Migration Path, oh, ding, 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 ding. We know what that means. That is a wild card pull. So I think we're going to start here. I'm going to alternate packs because I'm sort of getting low on all this stuff. We'll start off with a Final Fantasy here for you. All right, we have Crosan Verge, Foil Mythic, Jared Carthalion, Awesome, and Joshua Phoenix's Dominant flips into Phoenix Warden of Fire. All right, so Jacob, we're going to crack a pack for you. So the patrons get the rares, mythics, foils, anything over $1, heart cards, anything from the list, legendaries. You know the spiel by now. And yeah, if I miss anything, let me know. Summon Fat Chocobo. You know you want it, right? I'm going to put that in there for you. Sage's Nulith's Weapons Vendor. Haste Magic. Shinra Reinforcements, White Auracite. Laughing Mad, Demon Wolf, the uncommons. Summon Shiva. Saz's Chocobo. I think that was a decent one. We'll chuck it in as well. Summon Primal Garuda. And we have Matoya Archon Elder for the rare. Foil rare, the Lunar Whale. Okay. It's a weird looking vehicle. Chilean Nation of Scholars. And a Hero Bird token. Let's chuck it in as well. All right, so the first wild card was pulled for Jacob. Enjoy the pulls. Let's see, anyone else in the chat is a patron for May. Meanwhile, I'm going to go digging into the box here. See if I can locate some patrons here. I'll grab a couple. That will do, I think. All right, next we have Keith TKW. Thank you for being a patron. Getting into it here for Keith. So it's weird how Tarkia Dragonstorm, we were going through the packs at an astonishing rate last month, and in this month we've switched. It's like the patrons are absolutely ravenous for Final Fantasy, so we've been doing tons of those videos. So that is giving the Tarkia Dragonstorm a bit of a break, but I thought I'd have both packs. I can't remember. We did Modern Horizons 3 on the live stream for April, I think. So I figured we'd have Tarkia and Final Fantasy here. All right, Keith, let's get into it. We start off with Stealth Mission. Frantic Firebolt, Marlborough. There is no R in Marlborough. Sojourner's Companion, Cocoon Merchant, Flay Essence. Extra rare, Jill Shiva's Dominant. This one flips into Shiva Warden of Ice. Mystic Monastery, Royal Treatment. Reclamation Sage. Foil Patrician Geist. And Lindblom, Industrial Regency for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Keith. And welcome to Puddin'. I am doing pretty well, actually. Had a nice Father's Day. My son got the fire pit. We grilled some sausages and had some salad and stuff, so that was cool. All right, so let's see here. Puddin', we will dig up. What time zone are you in anyway? I know you're probably like middle of the day, I would guess. So I know the timing is not really convenient for Europe. It's like early in the morning, but I've been working all afternoon on getting the stuff ready for the live stream. So takes me quite a while. All right, here we go. Puddin', thank you for being a patron. Let's go. Oh, and you got a nice, that's actually a foil Loth Spider Queen. Very nice. Oops, grabbing one too many there. So there's our 5. Then the uncommons. And a foil. Rare or mythic. There we go. All right, Puddin', we have a cloud-bound Moogle. And I am very well aware that is not a flying cat. I have been lectured so many times. I've even had to block some people for some really nasty comments, but mostly people are in disbelief. They didn't believe I didn't know what a Moogle was, because I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games. So that is a Moogle. I have burned it into my brain at this point. Elterguard Ranger, Trumpet Blast, Dragoon's Wyvern, Inordinate Rage. Welcome to Frankie Fisher. What's up? That's so early 2000s, isn't it? Arcbound Shikari, Delivery Moogle. I wish I had Moogle delivered mail. Mailman is not the greatest, so a Moogle would definitely be an improvement. Oh, extra mythic just chucked in here. Death Begets Life. Nice. Peerless Recycling. Constable of the Realm. And a foil plains. I do like the art cards from Final Fantasy, or the lands, I should say. And Okagachi Vengeful Kami Mythic for the rare/mythic slot. So enjoy those, Puddin', but don't go anywhere yet. Round 2 here. Mordenkainen enters the arena. Can't remember which was Mordenkainen in any of the original Baldur's Gate games. I played the first one probably like 100 plus hours, along with the Tales from the Sword Coast expansion. And then I didn't really have a lot of time for the second one. I do actually have Baldur's Gate 3, but again, another game. I wish I had time to play all this stuff. But yeah, I can't remember where Mordenkainen was, if he's just in the third one, or if he's in first or second. All right, Puddin', round 2, we have a Jiraga Visionary, along with Echo of Dusk, Sizzling Barrage, Devious Cover-Up, Gubu Gardener, Omega Heartless Evolution, Talran Sky Summoner, extra rare, Mountain Valley Summon Anima, A Promise Fulfilled. Nice. I like these. They call them Through the Ages cards. Different scenes from the Final Fantasy games. We've got a Foil Forest and a Mythic. Xyrus, the Writhing Storm. What is that from? Dominaria United, by the look of it, the Commander decks. So enjoy the pools there, Puddin'. All right, next we have Bermedian Belbachir. Thank you for being a patron. So did anyone take part in any Final Fantasy pre-release events last weekend or over the last week? Or maybe you did some drafting, and if so, what do you think of the set as far as the limited play experience? It sounds like the constructed for like standard is pretty nutty. They've powered things up a bit, I've heard. Haven't had a chance to take it for a spin in MTG Arena yet, but hopefully soon. All right, Bermedian, we have a Loperit Scout, Leather Armor, Kazandu Nectopot, Aqueous Form, Goblin Medics, good to see him. I think that's the first Goblin pull of the video. Malicious Eclipse, Gilded Goose, Quack, Quack, Quack. Okay, extra rare there. Ultros Obnoxious Octopus, Under the Skin, Mask of Memory, Foil Mountain, and we have another Mythic, Nethroi, Apex of Death. Man, I really went heavy on the Mythics for this stream. Enjoy the pools there, Bermedian. Tim says, did a pre-release, got the Sephiroth pre-release card and the Sephiroth Atraxa. What? You really cleaned up. Holy moly. All right, next we have Buki. Thank you for being a patron. There's another patron who did pretty well. Got the Jin Gataxius Core Auger from the list of all places. That's a reprint from New Phyrexia. Pretty crazy. That was a shocking pull to see that, actually. I had no idea they'd put it in the list. Which set would that probably would have been with Phyrexia? All will be one would be my assumption on that. Oh, what is this? I see a crimped card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the fourth common, keep your eyes peeled, is a crimped card. Oh no. Frankie Fisher says, picked up a Walmart, got to do the quotes, Chaos box the other day. Was hoping to get some collector boosters like in one of my previous videos. Instead, got a couple of theme and jumpstart boxes like my last video. Yes. It's not the best. Those you might have noticed I haven't done as many of those. I think I've opened 6 and I'm pretty much done because it's the same old every one. So I'm like, what's the point? All right, we have Ornithopter of Paradise, Veins, Treachery, Arcbound Mouser. Okay, stay tuned here. We should have, what is this? Early Winter. I think this was the crimped one, right? Yeah, you'll notice a little bit of, I'm not sure how well that's coming out. We can't really get it in focus. See on the edge there, the top edge, we've got a bit of crimping, or maybe it's just miscut. Terribly miscut. Okay. Not as quite as exciting as I thought then. Arborea, Pegasus, Malamet Battle Glyph, Clash of the Icons, Floodplain, Ancient Lumberknot, Extra Rare, Golbez Crystal Collector, Foil Wastes, and the wastes are back in Standard and a Mythic. Nogi Draco Zealot, a Kobold Shaman Mythic. All right, so you got a couple of Mythics there for Buki. Enjoy the pulls. And next, let's see here. We have Brian Simmons. Thank you for being a patron. So Brian getting the Muldrotha, the Gravetide. They reprinted that in Foundations. So that was a nice mythic. Okay, so there's our commons. And in case you're watching on the replay, you're wondering where your opening is, a really easy way of checking is you wait usually about 24 hours after the stream airs. They add transcription to the videos. So if you search the transcript for your name, that's the quickest way to get there. All right, next we have Feed the Serpent, Invoke the Divine, Tagam Scheming, Lumengrid Gargoyle, Mandibular Kite, Slag Strider for the uncommons, Ring of the Lucii, I think that's how you pronounce that, Defibrillating Current, Dragon Broods, Relic, Gold Knight, Commander, nice Swamp here, Borderless Art, and Brood Caller Scourge for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Brian. Okay, next, let's see here. We have, oh, that's a nice one. Kane Carpentier, thank you for being a patron. So the theme last month was fetch lands. So every patron with the Chaos boxes got at least one fetch land. So Kane getting the Marsh Flats Retro Border. Pretty cool. Not too many years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that because the fetch lands were like $80 or so. Now they're pretty cheap. You can pick up a play set of most of them for, let's say, $40. So they're about $10 each, somewhere around there, 10 to 15, depending on which ones. All right, Kane. Let's see what we've got here. We have Bullet, Scaled Herbalist, Syncopate, Shell Shield, Dusk Legion Zealot, Barbarian Ring, Endless Obedience, Savage Lands, A Promise Fulfilled. Didn't we see that one earlier? The Through the Ages cards, Ether, and a foil mythic, Chishiro the Shattered Blade, and Falaji Wayfarer for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Kane. And so on the subject of Chaos boxes, if you are in the US and you like Chaos boxes, head on over to mtgunpacked.com. So we have the, actually just, I think it was Thursday, I released the Fantasy 5-pack. So you get 5 packs. Let's test my memory here. You've got Lord of the Rings, Wilds of Eldraine, Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, and Final Fantasy. So 1 pack of each. Also get a signed legendary creature. So those are still in stock. People have been buying them like fiends, so I have to keep restocking. Hopefully I'll have enough until I can get more. I think I'm getting low on Lord of the Rings. We also have the Dragon's Horde boxes, still a couple of those. Of course, the Pure Chaos. Bulk, I think I'm down to like one of the smaller boxes of bulk. But check it out if you're in the US. Okay, next, let's dig through the box here. And we have David Griffiths. Thank you for being a patron. Got a nice mythic there. The Borderless Dragonhawk Fates Tempest from Bloomborough. That is an awesome set. If you're new to Magic, you haven't checked it out, definitely worthwhile. One of the better sets. The ones that I think Ether Drift was sort of so-so. People weren't that excited about it. It did have some fun stuff, but overall one of the less exciting sets. And of course, Final Fantasy. Release day this past Friday. Everyone has gone nuts for that. Prices are going to the moon. So I do wish they would get some reprints going soon. We have Baker's Bane Duo, Enduring Sliver, Feet of Resistance, Bounding Wolf, Namazu Trader, Dokuchi Silencer, Aaron Benalia's Ruin, Wingblade Disciple, Plume Creed Mentor, Quandrix Apprentice, Foil Nowhere to Run, not too shabby, that's from Duskmorn, and Baleful Strix. All right, David, don't go anywhere, sir. Round 2 here, you got another mythic for last month. So let's see what else we can get you on your second Snap Pack box. And then the uncommons. And we do have another wild card in this box. So when we find it, I will switch over to the other box. We did actually, in case you missed it, we pulled one earlier in the stream. All right, we have Warren Elder along with Skybox, Fairy Bone Splinters, Bitter Revelation, Fodder Tosser, Kunaros, Hound of Athreos, the 3-headed hound there, Battle Mastery, Squirrel Sovereign. For a second, I thought that was the Jackalope Herd. Crystal Fragments, flipping it into Summon Alexander, 2-headed Hunter, and a foil mythic, Carmen Cruel Sky Marcher, along with Haven of the Spirit Dragon from Dragons of Tarkir. So enjoy the pulls there, David. So right near the end of May, we actually had a box break for Dragons of Tarkir. So that was a nice blast from the past. Okay, next we have, let's dig into the box here. It is Katie W. Thank you for being a patron, Katie. Let's get to cracking here. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then our uncommons. Grabbing a foil. Oh, you might have noticed that's a meld card. I think that's one of the Final Fantasy ones. All right, Katie, we have Sky Theatre Strix, followed by Ice Magic. Ice Magic, wasn't that a one of those ice cream things for kids in like the 80s? I forget what it was called. Precious Wanderings, Ether Spike, Forsake the Worldly, Jungle Shrine, Shantoto Tactician Magician, somebody at Wizards is a poet, Stu the Conies, Sandstep Citadel, Migration Path, Foil, Fang, Fearless Lassie. Okay, so this is the one melds with Vanille, Cheerful Lassie, flipping it into the bottom half of a card. So that is how the meld mechanic works. I can't remember if I put the other half in here. We'll have to see if we come across it. And Zaxara, the Exemplary Mythic. All right, so there we go. Frankie Fisher had a deprived childhood, did not have ice cream. Probably good for your teeth, though, I would say. Less cavities that way. Not that I'm your dentist or anything. All right, next we have Gaoku. Thank you for being a patron. Yeah, I don't remember having a lot of ice cream until my teenage years. And then me and my dad would have, we'd go through like a 1 liter tub of vanilla ice cream after dinner. Probably, I think, every week or every other week. Or yeah, it probably would have been every week at that rate. I don't know why, because vanilla is my least favorite. I think I just enjoyed these sweet treats. Okay, so we've got our foil, rare or mythic. All right, Gaoku, let's go. We have Ogya, Battle Seer, along with Tajuru, Snarecaster, Tunnel Surveyor, Ice Flan, Cackling Fiend. I did not remember putting him in here. That's a bit weird. Check out my creepiest magic cards video if you want to know where he fits into that. Perenation, just an extra mythic casually tossed in here. Toggle a Fine Hound, Tempest Heart, Will Kenrith. All right, I'm just throwing in mythics left and right. Road to Ruin, Foil Mountain, and we have Blasphemous Act for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Gaoku. That is a decent haul, I would say. Oh, welcome to Tony Siriani. Late night snacking, he says. Let's see if I can locate Tony here. I know it's getting pretty late for everybody in the US, except maybe if you're on the West Coast. But let's see here. Here he is. Do some rearranging. That'll work. All right, Tony Siriani, you're up next, getting the Virtue of Courage for May 2025. So that's from Wilds of Eldraine. And let's see here, 4, 5. And he hasn't gotten to see a snack live in a long time. Awesome that you could make it today, sir. right, there we go. Let's see what we have here for Tony. We start off with You Hear Something on Watch, Scrapwork Cohort, Fertilid, Thunder Magic, Vampire Opportunist, Mystic Monastery, Protean Thaumaturge, extra rare, Reverberating Summons, Vanguard of the Rose. Oh, nice. The Imperial City of Arcades. That is from Final Fantasy 12, apparently. Have you played any of the Final Fantasy games? If so, which is your favorite? We've got a Foil Plains and the Wind Crystal for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Tony. And let's see, digging in the box. How about... Next up, we have Fat. Thank you for being a patron. And that is Fat spelled with a PH. That is the best way to spell it. Tony says, thank you. Excellent way to wrap up vacation, or maybe you would say holiday. To me, it's pretty much interchangeable these days. I'm so Americanized by this point, except my accent. But there are certain words that I will say the American way. Okay, so there's a... Did I count that right? Let's check. Yes. And then a foil, rare or mythic for Fat. Let's see, we have Village Rites, Spring Bloom Druid, another card there, Magic Damper, Tusked Colossedon, Exquisite Huntmaster, Wojak Bodyguard. Okay, I did miscount. Never mind, you get an extra card there. Fat Tendril of the Myco Tyrant, Chaotic Transformation, extra rare, Cutter Deal, Feather of Flight, and Red Rock Sentinel, Foil Mountain, and the Masamune. I think that's how you'd pronounce it. So what is that? Final Fantasy 7. I've heard people saying 7 is one of the best ones. I may pick up a bunch of them. I think, isn't there a Steam summer sale coming up soon? I'd like to get a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff and play it when I get a chance. That's the other thing, is finding the time. Probably have to take some vacation time to play some of those. Okay, let's see who is next. We have Inferni. Thank you for being a patron. That is an awesome Battle Angels of Tyre you've got there from Baldur's Gate. And I think the humidity is doing fun things with the cards here. It's like everything is sticking together. Not really sticking, but there's more friction here than I would expect. All right, so uncommons. Yeah, we had some really nice weather this weekend, so that is awesome. Illinois can tend to be humid quite often, but not as bad as like Florida or something. That would be pretty sticky. All right, Inferni, we have Paladin's Arms along with River Herald Scout, Bitter Revelation, Monk's Fist, Rakdos Signet, Mayhem Devil, along with Seaside Citadel, Sahili's Lattice. This one flips into Mastercraft Raptor, Frolicking Familiar. Tony says Florida was brutal this week. I'd believe it. We've got a Foil Swamp, 97 plus. Oh, that's bad. Maelstrom Nexus for the Mythic. So enjoy the pulls there, Inferni. I think the worst we had 2023, we were at Arches National Park in Utah. I think it was like 110 plus, but it cooled down real quick. They have some weird storms coming through now and then. And last year at we're in Las Vegas, and it was, I'm going to say 113, 115. It's like walking out into an oven. But thankfully, we went into some nice air conditioning, so that was not too bad. All right, next we got Matty T. Thank you for being a patron. Yeah, Tony says, I'll take Las Vegas 113 over Florida at 97 any day. Yeah, it's more like what I'm used to from Australia. It's like walking into an oven. It's just a really dry heat. You don't have the humidity. The humidity is a killer. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got to grab one more here. All right, Matty T, starting off with a shady traveler. One guess what he turns into. It's a stalking predator werewolf. We've got a silver raven, white or a sight. Debilitating injury, Icewind Elemental, Naya Charm. Woodland Acolyte, Arden the Usurper, extra rare there. Witchstalker Frenzy, Arcbound Whelp, Foil Savior of the Small, and sticking together again, we have Rawbarn Bull of Alamigo. What is he from? Final Fantasy 14 by the looks. All right. So enjoy the pools there, Matty T. Tony says, does it snow in Australia or always hot? Mostly hot. I think maybe every decade there's it's like a newsworthy item, like a light dusting of snow in South Australia on Mount Lofty, which is more like a big hill. If you want to do some real skiing though, you got to go to the mountains in New South Wales or Victoria, so they do get snow during winter. I don't think it is too crazy, like nothing like Colorado or like even Midwest here, Wisconsin, Illinois during winter, but still you can actually go to the snow there if you do a bit of traveling. Okay, next we have Ben Doherty cleaning up Ugin Eye of the Storms Mythic. That was one of the nuttier pulls from Tarkir Dragonstorm. I think we also got there's a double-sided one. It has Baby Ugin on the other side. It's like a flip card. That one's fun when you pull it. And then we've got a foil. Oops, rare or mythic. I don't really have enough to hand out doubles to everyone. All right, Ben, we have Viashino Lashclaw, followed by Glittering Frost Tempest Harvester. Oh, here it is. Ding, 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 ding. Wild card has been pulled. So I did say we're going to be alternating. Sorry, Ben. But we've got a Tarkir Dragonstorm for you. Let's get into the rest here. Uncharted Voyage, Vow of Wildness, Relentless X ATMO 92, Tattered Ratter, and what else? Builder's Talent, Power Word Kill. That is some creepy artwork. Island in foil from Final Fantasy, and Choco, Seeker of Paradise. That's one for the Chocobo fans out there. That's the those weird birds from Final Fantasy. Okay, on to some Dragon Storm. So what do we get here for Ben? Starting off with Sarkhan's Resolve, Agent of Kotus, Dragonbat Lancer, Jeskai Devotee, Dragon's Prey, Sibzig Appraiser, Unburied Earthcarver, Static Snare for the uncommons, Aegis Sculptor, Salt Road Skirmish, and Awaken the Honored Dead for the rare. Oh, we get another one. Borderless or Showcase United Battlefront, Foil Unrooted Ancestor, and it wants to stick here. What else we got? Bloodfell Caves, and a Bird Monk token. All right, so enjoy the pulls there, Ben, especially that Ugin. That is just nuts. Okay, so now we need to do a switcheroo here so we can consume the wild cards from the other box. Let's make sure we've got that the right way around. There we go. Okay, so next, digging into the box here. Grab a couple of patrons. Oh, nice. We've got Card Freak 89 with a Retro Verdant Catacombs. So that was from the Chaos boxes. Thank you for being a patron. He says, no, thank you. So grabbing some commons here. So this box is pretty tightly packed, so bear with me. So we've got our commons. And like I said, we do have some wild cards hiding in here somewhere. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, we've got a double-sided card there. Interesting. And grabbing you a foil, rare or mythic. Okay, Card Freak 89, starting off with Mysidian Elder, along with Story Seeker, Stonework Pack Beast, Skywhaler's Shot, Mimic, Relic Amulet for the uncommons, Mask of Memory, Cradle of Baldur's Gate, a legendary, Bloodline Necromancer, Garland Knight of Cornelia. Will flip it around into Chaos the Endless, Summon Shiva in foil, and Thassa, God of the Sea, mythic. Nice one. All right, so scooping it up here for Card Freak 89. So he is at the Chaos tier. And if you are in the US, check out mtgunpacked.com for your Chaos experience there. We do not include foils in those boxes, alas. All right, next, we've got Nova Entropy. Thank you for being a patron. Very nice. Cory Steel Cutter. That is from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Okay, then the uncommons. Foil, let's grab one here. Rare or mythic. All right, Nova Entropy. Starting off with Tormenting Voice. Yes, it's me, isn't it? Item Shopkeep. And Reprobation, Plundering Barbarian, Path of Ancestry, Skulking Killer. This one, no, it is not double-sided, except I'm skipping over the Opulent Palace. Hellish Sideswipe. Oh, nice. Borderless Summon Shiva. It's one of these sagas there. Enchantment creature this time. First Response. Foil Swamp. Awesome. And Conduit of Worlds for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there. Nova Entropy. Hopefully you can watch on the replay. Next up, we've got a goblin here for you, Hannes Normanen. Thank you for being a patron. Always fun to see that goblin token. What is on the other side of that one? Is it a dragon? I can't remember. Or maybe it's a goblin and a monk. 4 and 5. There we go. Humidity is killing me here. I mean, it doesn't feel humid, but it's affecting the cards way more than usual. All right, finally. And then we've got the other stuff here. Reaching in and grabbing you a rare or mythic. Okay, Johannes, we have Crimson Fleet Commodore, Light Shell Duo, Raccoon Rallier, Kite, Heck Dies, Cleaver Riot, Duty Beyond Death, Lock Cole, Picklock Prankster, that's fun. We've got the Lock and the Picklock back to back, Aether Helix, and a Foil Plains, along with Geode Rager for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Johannes. Next up, we've got Taran. Thank you for being a patron. So that is a nice Ugin art card. I wonder which variant that is. Maybe that's a showcase version. Okay, there's the commons. Whoop. Okay, next, grabbing you a foil and a rare or mythic. Oh, spoilers! It's double-sided. Just close your eyes, pretend you didn't see it. All right, we have Obnixilus's Cruelty, along with Commune with Beavers, Angelic Gift, Bubble Snare, Blitzball, Ogre Siegebreaker, Van DL Adventurers. Okay, so Final Fantasy VI, Purple Worm, Sultai Charm, Ameria Captain. Oh, Foil Mythic. We've got Clan Crafter and Cecil Dark Knight, flipping it into Cecil Redeemed Paladin. All right, so enjoy the pulls there, Taran. And next, the next patron did very nicely. We have Domino. Thank you for being a patron, and I have to show this off. So this is the regular Ugin, Eye of the Storms, and you flip it, and you got the baby Ugin on the other side. Mythic. I like how they did that. Very cool. So thank you for being a patron, Domino. Let's go hunting here again for the wild cards today. Oh, looks like another Crimpy card there. We saw one earlier in the video. Or that one was more of a bad miscut. But it does have that crimped appearance, doesn't it? 3, 4, come on, there we go. foil. I think that's just one foil, yep. And a rare or mythic. Okay, Domino, starting off with Savage Swipe, along with Bellowing Crier, Viscera Seer, Prideful Parent, Defiant Salvager, Stromkirk Blood Thief, Sundering Eruption, Flipping It Into, Volcanic Fissure, Sylvan Reclamation, Choose Your Weapon, Barrett Wallace, Foil Island. You might notice I've put a bunch of these borderless lands in there, and Reigns of Power for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Domino, especially the Ugin Baby Ugin combo. That is awesome. Next up, we've got Mutated. Thank you for being a patron. So what is that? A Foundations Liliana Dreadhorde General. Nice one. Wasn't that originally War of the Spark? I think it was. That was one of the big hits back then. I think it's crashed in price a good deal since then. Okay, uncommons. And then grabbing a foil, rare or mythic for Mutated. Starting off with Goblin Wizardry. Into the Royal Phantasmal Form, Abundant Harvest, Dawnheart Rejuvenator, Incremental Blight. What is that set symbol? Don't recognize that one. Beckoning Will-O-Wisp, Dune Diviner, Foul Play, Crumbling Necropolis, and Noctis Prince of Lucis. And Noctis Prince of Lucis. What are the odds? Back to back. Okay, so you got the borderless and a regular foil. That's pretty funny. That sort of thing doesn't happen that often. All right, so moving on here. Round 2 for Mutated. Inferno of the Star Mounts. That's another tasty one. Borderless art from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So then we'll grab you the foil here. And if you're a patron just joining the live stream, let me know in the chat. I'll try to get your snap pack done right away. All right, Mutated round 2. We have No Way Out, Moss Diamond, Lizalana Bowmaster, Chocobo Kick, Bogarden Dragonheart. I'm skipping over, what is that? Attuned Hunter, Grasslands, Hunter's Mark, Root Coil Creeper, and Phantom Train, along with a foil Mountain and a mythic March of the World Ooze. Nice. So enjoy the pulls there, Mutated. And our next patron here is Derek Grunwald. Thank you for being a patron. Okay, foil here for Derek. And a rare or mythic. All right, Derek, let's see what we got. It is a Snarling Wolf, Masked Vandal, Tragic Slip, Jaya's Greeting, Goblin Smuggler, Paired Tactician, Elixir, Ash Princess of Dalmasca, and a Tidecaller Mentor, Angelic Curator, and a Welcoming Vampire in foil, followed by Kyga the Tide Star. Nice dragon there from Baldur's Gate. Enjoy the pulls there, Derek. And next we have Lucas Nunez. Thank you for being a patron. So Lucas getting the Belladros Witherbloom for May from Strixhaven. I think, did they reprint that guy in Tarkir Dragonstorm? Maybe in the Commander deck? That would be my assumption. All right, and then we have a foil. Oh, I got two there. So just one, sir. Don't get too excited. We'll put the other one back. And a rare or mythic. Early in the channel's history, I used to hand out like 2 rares, I think, in a foil. But then when I got so many patrons, it was getting ridiculous. All right, we got Gaelicat, Araman, Faithful Watchdog, +2 Mace, Thistledown Players, Redtooth Vanguard, Krondrik's Cultivator, Scaled Behemoth, Clash of the Icons, Bad River. Oh, I just noticed the head there, like a statue or something. That's awesome. Roban, Bull of Alamigo. I think we got the borderless version earlier in the stream. And Dragon Skull Summit for the rare. Nice one. So enjoy the pulls there, Lucas. And that goes nicely with your dragon as well. And let's see here. Next we have... It is Ziggy Storm. Thank you for being a patron. So Andrew, Flame of the West from Lord of the Rings. I had to order more of that the other day. We did... actually, we haven't had that much as far as Lord of the Rings this month, but I've been putting them in the Fantasy 5-pack boxes. So... burning through those at an astonishing rate. I'll grab you a foil. Rare or mythic. All right, Ziggy Storm. Starting off with Ahriman, Eye Horror, along with Field Research, Blood Beckoning, Horde Robber, Burdened Aerialist, and Death Bonnet Sprout. It's a fungus. I think this one flipping into Death Bonnet Hulk. Oh boy, giant fungus there. Anyone see, speaking of funguses, The Last of Us Season 2? What do you think so far? Actually, they finished, didn't they, a few weeks back. We're still, I think we have one more episode to go. Summon Esper, Remu, Pace Setter Paragon, Cactua, Volcanic Dragon, Foil Clavignano, First of the Blessed, Mythic, and Brash Taunter. This guy's hilarious. All right, so enjoy the pulls there, Ziggy Storm. Next, we have Kevin Gardner. There's the Corey Steelcutter again. Thank you for being a patron. Digging in here, there we go. All right, Kevin. So Kevin actually has 2 this month. So round 1, we have Prosperous Pirates, Dreams of Laguna, taken to custody, Silverback Shaman Magic Damper, Liliana Death's Majesty Mythic. What is that? Reprinted in DRC. That must be the Commander decks for Ether Drift. Then we have Fast and Furious, Reach the Horizon, Expressive Iteration, nice. Rocky Tar Pit, Foil Mythic, Jensen Carthalion, Druid Exile. I think that was one of the commanders for the Commander decks in Dominaria United. And Tikazia's Welcome for the rare. Okay, so that was round 1 for Kevin. So on to our next one. See if we can find the wild cards. There are actually 2 hidden in this box somewhere. It's been a while since our last wild card pull. So we've got 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'll rearrange this because this is a little annoying to pull the cards. Okay, Kevin. Oh, right off the bat, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Wild card. So we are switching back to Final Fantasy here. Kevin's like, he's either cheering or he's cursing my name. Not sure which. All right, so we have Namazu Trader, Ronus's Stalwart, Whisker Quill Scribe, Wing It, Iron Golem, Tiger Tribe Hunter, Valkyrie's Sword, Breaching Dragon Storm, Nomad Outpost, Foil Forest, and Champion of Lambholt. Okay, so Kevin, it's your lucky day. We're going to pull a Cloud here. He's the dude with the big sword and the spiky hair. All right, we have Ice Flan, along with Summon Chocomog, Item Shopkeep, Marlborough, Bard's Bow, Vincent's Limit Break, Memories of Nibelheim. I'll check that in as well. Those Through the Ages cards are awesome. Dark Knight's Greatsword, Rufus Shinra. There's a legendary Ignis Scientia. It's another one. Ultimecia Time Sorceress. We'll chuck it in as well. The other side, Ultimecia Omnipotent. And Dion Bahamut's Dominant. That is not Cloud. What's going on here? Bahamut, Warden of Light. Black Mage's Rod. There's our foil. We've got an island. We'll chuck that in as well. Oh, this is a nice emblem here. Sephiroth, One-Winged Angel. On the other side, Robot Warrior. Got to chuck that in. All right, so we did not find Cloud there, alas. But enjoy the pulls just the same there, Kevin. And next, we have James W. Thank you for being a patron. Got a nice mythic Draco Genesis from Tarkir Dragonstorm. So there's the commons. 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And I had this around this way on purpose, didn't I? Make it easier to grab the foils. Okay, I think I got just one there. And rare or mythic. Okay, James, we have a Death Knell Berserker. Eyeblight Colors, found footage. What is your favorite found footage film? Sears Lantern, Skullcap Snail, Bag of Holding, Merchant Raiders, Tear Asunder. That's actually a decent uncommon. Fusion Elemental, Vastwood Fortification, flipping it into Vastwood Thicket foil, Adalbert Steiner. And come on, we want to see it. What is it? It is Crystal Quarry. All right. So enjoy the pulls there, James. And our next patron here, it is Fishy. Thank you for being a patron. Digging into the box yet again. Let's see, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And grabbing you a foil. Just one there, rare or mythic. Frankie Fisher says, what's your opinion on Final Fantasy prices? Is it because of the game's popularity, or is MTG going the way of the Pokemon craze? So the pricing initially is actually higher than a regular standard set, because they always say, oh, we have to pay higher licensing fees for other IPs. So that's part of it. I think that's like a 10 or 15% adder, somewhere in there. But then what you're seeing now is they have not printed enough, and the demand is way higher than expected. So the prices are rocketing way up. And the problem is, I'm not sure, they already need to reprint. I think Tarkir, Dragonstorm, Wilds of Eldraine, they did actually, the reprints coming out. Lord of the Rings, they reprinted. So they just have a huge backup at the printers. So it might take a little while, I would say a couple of months, for the prices to settle down a bit. So hopefully sooner rather than later, because I'd like to be able to offer this to the patrons again next month. We have Glimmerban along with Gale Drifter. This one flips around into Whale Drifter. Then we have Combat Tutorial, Rabid Bite, Tanglepool Bridge, Keldon Flamesage, Extra Rare, Quistis Trip, Dungeon Map, Honored Dray Leader, Stone Splitter Bolt, Foil Call the Mountain Chocobo. Have you called the Mountain Chocobo? What happened? I'm very curious. And Oran Reef, the Vastwood for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Fishy. And next we have Peter Sorensen. Thank you for being a patron. So Peter getting a Bloodstained Maya there. And I think that reminds me, I think one of the other patrons, maybe it was even in that same video, we also got another Bloodstained Maya, just pulling from the Modern Horizons 3-pack. That was in that Chaos box. Okay, I think we're right here. Then we grabbing you the foil. So time for another plug. If you're in the US, you like Chaos boxes, check out mtgunpacked.com. Check out also the new Fantasy 5-packs, including a pack of Final Fantasy. All right, Peter, we have Siege Smash, Adventurer's Airship, Grand Pulse Ochu, Marauding Blight Priest, and Silverbolt, Furious Forebear, Pit Ornamenton, Attuned Hunter, Garnet Princess of Alexandria, Titus Blitzball Star, Plains in Foil, and Genji Glove for the rare. Enjoy the pulls there, Peter, especially that Borderless Bloodstained Maya. That is awesome. All right, let's see here. Okay, next patron we have Rebecca Humphrey. Thank you for being a patron. So we actually have 2 snap packs for Rebecca for May. So let's see, 4 and 5. Foil and a rare or mythic. Okay, Rebecca, we start off here with Late to Dinner, Eviscerator's Insight, Bubble Snare, whoops, skipping over, Centaur Nurturer, Vampire Spawn, Cavernous Maw, Opulent Palace, Portal of Sanctuary. Whoop, is there a... Okay, it's just I thought there were 2 there. Anafenza Unyielding Lineage, Extra Rare, Ingenious Smith, and Lifecraft Engine. So that is a buy a box promo, actually. And Radiant Lotus, it's a mythic. Welcome, Scott. Yes, this is Rebecca's right now. You must have ESP or something, or Sixth Sense. So there's Rebecca's first one. There you go. And then round 2, Jump Scare. That's the fun mini game you play when you open the Duskmorn packs. So round 2. Yeah, that timing is impeccable, sir. Like right on that, within the actual minute, I would say, that we were doing Rebecca's. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we still need to do yours as well, I think. So I'll dig that up in a moment. Okay, round 2. We still have a wild card in play in that box. We've got Slash of Light, Brood Rage Mycoid, Expedition Skulker, Thorn of the Black Rose, Brazen Dwarf, Rydier's Return, Ominous Roost, Self-Destruct, and The Binding of the Titans. Anyone remember the Titans from Theros Beyond Death? Those were fun with the escape mechanic. Skilled Animator, Foil Elemental. This one flips into a hero. And Mocking Doppelganger for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Rebecca. Let's see, put those over there. And next, we've got to see where Scott is hiding. Oh, here he is, right near the beginning. Perfect. We have Scott Mason. Thank you for being a patron. You are welcome. 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Yeah, the humidity higher than usual here today, so the cards are not cooperating. You get a little bit of extra friction there, makes them hard to just grab one. Okay, foil, rare or mythic. All right, Scott, we have you here. Something on watch. Grim Bounty, Binding Geist. This one flips around into Spectral Binding, Axguard Cavalry, and Candlegrove Witch, Marshall's Path Cruiser, Memories of Nibelheim. Nice, Through the Ages card there. I think we've seen that one already in the stream. Night of the Sweets Revenge, Fear of Burning Alive, Shishra, Death's Whisper, Foil Mythic, Hakbal of the Surging Soul, and Bloodgast for the rare. Nice one. So enjoy the pulls there, Scott. And let's see here. Next, we have Nat Barker. Thank you for being a patron. You are welcome once again, sir. Hope you have a fantastic evening. So that's 4 and 5. Oh, it's Card Freak 89. Welcome. I think we did yours, I'm going to say about half an hour ago, somewhere in there. So you might need to rewind the stream, or you could also, if you wait 24 hours after the stream airs, you can check the transcript for your name. That can be a little quicker. Okay, Nat, what do we got? It is Viashino Sand Sprinter, Cloak of the Bat, Elderfang Disciple, Elterguard Ranger, Druid of the Spade, Glyph Elemental, Lily Splash Mentor, Ilmeg Pixie, Burning Hands, Ren's Run Hydra, Foil Adalbert Steiner, and the Fire Crystal. Nice. I'd like to see a foil version of that. That would really pop. So enjoy the pulls then, Nat. And next up we have Dan Harris. Thank you for being a patron. All right, and then we'll grab you a foil here, double-sided, so you get the full spoiler treatment. All right, Dan, we start off here with Monk's Fist, along with Serpentine Ambush, Blitzball, Deathcat Marionette, Faraday's Fireball, Voldaran Ambusher, Dodecapod, Wingblade Disciple, Solundi Vision. This one flips into Solundi Isle, followed by Frolicking Familiar, Side Quest Hunt the Mark. On the other side, we have Yasmat Ultimate Mark, a legendary dragon, and Branching Evolution for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Dan. And digging up the next set of patrons here, we have Ilya Palushkin. Thank you for being a patron. So the Voice of Victory, that's a decent rare from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Good to see it. And then we're grabbing our foils here. Rare or mythic. Okay, Ilya. We got a Pondering Mage. Isn't that similar artwork to there's a card called Ponder? You just see the planets there, or suns, or whatever they are. Then we have Murderous Compulsion, Champion of the Flame, Summon Chocomog. Yes, Iron Bully, and Stolen Uniform, Shrouded Shepherd, Battle Cry Goblin, and Miraza Sproutling, Iron Golem. Whoop, I'm skipping right over the Foil Forest, and yeah, there's your spoiler, the Darkness Crystal. That would be another nice one in foil. So enjoy the pulls there, Ilya. Next up, it is Ultrix. Thank you for being a patron. So the box is being a little recalcitrant. 3, 4, 5, and uncommons. Foil, rare or mythic. All right, Ultrix. Let's see. We have a sheltering landscape, stalked researcher, rank officer, so shiny, and resentful revelation. Veteran beast rider, ride the Shupuff. Oh, nice. Battle at the Big Bridge. So this is Through the Ages, Final Fantasy V. Awesome. Roiling Regrowth, Knockout Maneuver, and Zidane Tantalus Thief. Okay, so there's your foil and Niv Mizzet Paran for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Ultrix. And in case you haven't noticed, there is a ton of Final Fantasy stuff in the Patron boxes this month, or I should say for May, but since we just opened Final Fantasy, I figured I'd put a lot in here. Claude's Princess, thank you for being a patron. You're up next. And then the uncommons. And grabbing a foil. Okay, Claude's Princess. We have Sibzig Appraiser, followed by Monk's Fist, Warren Elder, Sonar Strike, Araman, Korean Ranger, Dragon Lord Ojutai. It's a mythic. Barrowan of Clan Under, Barbed Spike, Cobbled Lancer, Den Protector, so foil rare, good deal, and Rampant Rejuvenator for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there. Claude's Princess. And next we have Homer 9561. Thank you for being a patron, and another patron there at the Chaos tier. So we got a special guest, foil Arid Mesa. That's pretty cool. I think that was the big hit last month. Very spicy indeed. And getting you the other stuff here. Home at 9561, we have a Shambling Ghoul, followed by Fate of the Suncrist, Bubble Snare, Scrounging Bandar Core Celebrant, Self-Destruct, Transguild Courier, Hearth Elemental, and Shatter Skull Minotaur, followed by Teller Great Sage, extra rare, Foil Forest, and Hardened Scales. That's a nice one from Lost Caverns Commander. So enjoy the pulls there. Homer 9561. Oh, look at this one. Chicknam got the Ragavan Mythic. Yes, from March of the Machine. That's always a nice surprise when it happens. Okay, so grabbing you the commons here. 3, 4, and 5. Uncommons. Foil. rare or mythic. There we go. All right, Chicknam. Let's check it out. We got a Keen Buccaneer, Bellowing Elk, Ninja of the New Moon, Sahagin, and Tormenting Voice. It's Gary, Grey Merchant of Asphodel, Restoration Magic, Relic Amulet, Strategic Betrayal, and Rakshasa's Bargain, Foil Island, and Midgar, City of Mako for the rare. Enjoy your Ragavan. That is very nice. Next up, we have Fleur Uwu. Thank you for being a dragon. Thank you for being a patron. This is where my mental state starts slipping near the end of the video, especially when I do these late night streams. All right, so Fleur UWU, thank you for being an adult gold dragon. That is awesome. Two, three. Oh, that's a double-sided one. Four. I think that's the other half to the meld card, right? We saw that one earlier in the stream. So you get to see what the top half looks like. All right, Fleur Uwu, we have a Ticket Tortoise, Sage's Nuliths, Blacksmith Skill, and I'm skipping cards again. I Blame the Humidity, First Sphere Gargantua, Warhorn Blast, Frenzied Raider, Phoenix Down, Vanille Cheerful Lassie. There we go. So this one melds with Fang, right? So we flip it around and you get Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. That looks awesome. Then we have Intimidation Tactics, Gruul Turf, Foil Freya Crescent, and Deceptive Frostkite for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Fleur UWU, or Uwu as the case may be. Then we have Manic Stickle. Thank you for being a patron. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'm going to pop this Tarkir pack in here to hopefully hold things in place a little better. I got a foil and rare or mythic. All right, Manix Stickle. Let's see what we got for you. Starting off with a Goblin Surveyor, good deal. Ginny Windseer Combat Tutorial. Summon GF Afreet. Dauntless Survivor. Summon Fenrir. Felwar Stone. Maelstrom Muse. And Moonstone Harbinger Sifter Worm. Foil Soldier Military Program. And you've got to say soldier in uppercase when you say that. And Firion Wild Rose Warrior. Nice borderless art on that one for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Manix. And next we have Taco Tuesday. Awesome. Thank you for being a patron. And we do have 2 snap packs for you to get to. So the first one here, we'll see what we have in a moment. Foil. The foils are getting low. I did count, though. I have enough there, so never fear. Starting off here with Hezru, along with Vivian's Grizzly, Knoll Hunter, Harvest Tide Infiltrator, flipping it into Harvest Tide Assailant, Lens Flare, Monoskelion, Enchanter's Bane, extra rare, good deal, Divine Gambit, Memories of Nibelheim, we've seen it again, awesome. Can't get enough of that one. Restoration Magic, Drag to the Roots in foil. And come on, what is it? It is Ultimate Magic Meteor. And you got the little chocobo icon there. So that's from the Commander set for Final Fantasy. Okay, round 2. Taco Tuesday. Nice Beholder you got there. Did anyone play those Aya the Beholder games in the, when was that, in the 90s? Love those games. I think they had 3 of them. Old-fashioned dungeon crawler, but they did have VGA graphics, so they looked awesome. Way better than the old gold box games. I think those were EGA. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, Taco Tuesday. On round 2 of the Snap Pack goodness, we have Sazercap's Brew, along with Knight of Old Benalia, Beskia Shieldmate, and Blitzball Shot, Soul Knife Spy, Stormfist Crusader, extra rare, Fathomfleet Swordjack, Saz's Chocobo, nice one, and Krumar Initiate, Spider Spawning, oh, foil retro, Deadeye Navigator, good deal, and Disrupt Decorum for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there. Taco Tuesday. And next we have Connor Moody. Thank you for being a patron. So Connor, another one of the patrons at the Chaos tier, got the pre-release Polluted Delta. I think you got, did you get 2? Just checking here if you got 2 fetch lands. Can't tell. All right, so let's pop that back in there. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. The reason I was wondering is some of the Chaos boxes for last month, we actually had 2 fetch lands in them instead of just 1. Okay, foil, rare or mythic, and time for another plug, mtgunpacked.com, for all your Chaos needs if you are in the US of A. All right, Connor, we have Kintree Nurturer, Turn Inside Out, Pestilent Wolf, Dwarven Castle Guard, Into the Royal, and Realm Sketching, Inscribed Tablet, Skatewing Spy, Relic Axe, and Summon Primal Garuda, Foil Vincent Valentine. This one flips into Galleon Beast. It's a werewolf beast. And the Wind Crystal for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Connor. And next patron here, we have Gorsus. Thank you for being a patron. And what is that? That is a doubling season Enchanting Tale from Wilds of Eldraine. Very spicy indeed. And then the uncommons, 3, 4, and 5. There is still one more wild card here. Why haven't we found it yet? Hopefully we can find it before the end of the stream. Okay, Gorsus. Starting off with Shell Shield. Basking Brood Scale. Adventurers in. Prohibit. Deduce. Sungrass Prairie. Oh, that's an extra rare. Shore Crasher Elemental Mythic. Okay, so an extra one there. Proud Pack Rhino. Brushfire Elemental. Tough Cookie. I think he was in my Regal Bunny Corn deck. That was a lot of fun. Hero in foil. On the other side, you've got the Bird and Realm Walker for the rare. So enjoy the pools there, Gorsus, especially that doubling season. That's awesome. Next, we have Chris Booth. Thank you for being a patron. Okay, so I've got the commons and uncommons for you. Okay, Chris. It is Chocobo Kick, followed by Fate's Reversal, Charm Sleep, Portent of Betrayal, Slash of Light, Mackenzie's Stampede. This is a flip card. On the other side, we got Mackenzie Maces, Relentless XATM 092, Hermetic Nautilus, Callous Soul Sword, Spirit of the Older Guard, Foil Swamp, and Cordial Vampire. You can see some of his rests there. His guests there having a nice rest. Or what does he say? Please come in, hors d'oeuvres are on the table. Oh dear. All right, next patron. We have Jürgen. Thank you for being a patron. And that is an awesome pool there. Twin Flame Tyrant. Actually did a Dragon deck tech and gameplay video. You can find that in the MTG Arena playlist on the channel. So the Twin Flame Tyrant was the MVP in that deck. Still standard legal, I believe. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I miscount on this one? Oh no. All right, so let's see here. Foil. Again, the foils are not cooperating. All right, Jürgen. Starting with Cooped Up. Yala the Forsaken. Heck Dies. Ice Magic. And Paladin's Arms, Mindless Automaton, Aberrant Researcher, flipping it into Perfected Form, Rowdy Research, and Violent Urge, Brunor Battlehammer, and a Foil Mountain, followed by, here it is, Aki Battle Squad, Goblin Samurai, nice. So enjoy the pools there, Jürgen, especially that Twin Flame Tyrant. That is fantastic. Next, we have Winifred 007. Thank you for being a patron. So another patron there at the Chaos tier. Got a Bloodstained Maya with the promo stamp there. 2024 for Modern Horizons 3. And grabbing you a foil, rare or mythic. All right, Winifred 007. We start off with Rocks Maulers. Tavern Ruffian. He flips if I can get him. There he goes. Into Tavern Smasher, Veteran Guard Mouse, Vane's Treachery. Oh, what is that? What is that? Did you see that? You see a guard approach. There it is, the wild card we've been looking for. Standard pack. All right, so we'll set that aside. Grab you. Actually, I have another one up here. So we've got a Tarkir Dragonstorm. We've got Flare Drone. Along with Zidane Tantalus Thief. Followed by Brushfire Elemental. Amara Mystic. Kaima the Fractured Calm in foil and Cascading Cataracts. All right, Winifred 007. Let's get into your Tarkir pack here. It has been a while since we've had a wildcard pull. So we start off with Fortress Kinguard, Devoted Duelist, a Goblin Monk, Nightblade Brigade, Roamer's Routine, Dispelling Exhale, Timur Tawnyback, Jadecast Sentinel, Spectral Denial, Rakshasa's Bargain, Zergo's Vanguard, and Purging Stormbrood, along with Voice of Victory. Ding, 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 ding. We'll sleeve that up for you. Foil Sibzig Appraiser, Thornwood Falls in foil. Come on, what is the next thing here? And a Warrior Goblin token. Got to chuck that in. All right, so we did get a nice pull there for you out of Tarkir Dragonstorm. So whack a sleeve on that one. And enjoy the pulls. And let's see, so now we've got to do some restocking here. So we'll get a commons. We'll pop those in here from the other box, and then the uncommons like so, and I'll use a Final Fantasy pack here to hold things in place. All right, and then we got to repopulate the wild cards. So we'll put one in here and one, so one in each of the spots. All right, so our next patron we have, whoops, it is Stump Jumper John. Thank you for being a patron. So digging in once again here. And a foil, rare or mythic. Okay, Stump Jumper John. And we have you find a cursed idol. Maybe you should put it back. Deconstruction Hammer, Uncharted Voyage, Undercity Dire Rat, Avon Surveyor, Affectionate Indrik, Unsparing Boltcaster, Timur Monument, Twinblade Geist. This one flips into Twinblade Invocation, Capital City, Coral Sword in foil, and Ishgard, the Holy Sea for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Stump Jumper John. And our next patron is Shai Zamir. Thank you for being a patron. So what is it? A Storm Scale Scion. Nice mythic from Tarkir Dragonstorm. So there's our commons. Uncommons. And we'll grab you a foil And I do have just enough foils, so I did check that before I did the stream. Come on. All right. And a rare or mythic, got a bunch of those. Okay, Shy, we have Black Mage's Rod, Workshop Assistant, Festahide Boar, Balam T-Rexor, Haste Magic, Spire Mech Cycle, Marshall's Path Cruiser, Broadside Barrage, Stiltskin Moogle Merchant, there we go, extra rare, Cheeky House Mouse, Cypher Almasi in foil, and Stuffy Doll for the rare, the classic. All right, so enjoy the pulls there, Shy. And we're getting down to the last couple of patrons here now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more patrons, and that is it. Holy moly. Okay. We have Roadie Bob. Thank you for being a patron. So Roadie Bob got the Ancient Gold Dragon. That was awesome. Finally got one of the Ancient Dragons there. I think we might have pulled 2, I'm going to say, last month. Unless I'm mistaken. Maybe it was the previous month we got another one. Okay, and then we have a foil. Hopefully one foil, yes. Rare or mythic here for Roadie Bob. So get into it. We start off with Monk's Fist, Dawnheart Rejuvenator, Tormod's Crypt Keeper, Scophos Reaver, Bait Hook Angler, flipping it into Hookhaunt Drifter. Bloodsworn Squire. This one also flips into Bloodsworn Knight. Extra rare Maru Siegebreaker, Mindstone, Death Priest of Merkal, Necrogen Rock Priest, Foil Mountain, and Alchemist Refuge for the rare. So enjoy the pulls there, Roadie Bob, especially that Ancient Gold Dragon. That is fantastic. And our next patron, we have Charlie L. Thank you for being a patron. Okay, there's a foil. All right, Charlie, digging in here for you. We have Dross Skullbomb, Oltec Cloudguard, Trusty Pack Beast, Crumb and Get It, Owlbear, Invasion of the Giants, Earth Rumbler, Paranormal Analyst, Guidelight Pathmaker, Oathsworn Vampire, Foil Summon Shiva, nice Borderless Heart, and Archmage Emeritus for the rare. So popping these in here. Enjoy the pulls, Charlie. And next up, let's see here. Oh, nice one. We have Luke Killam. Thank you for being a patron. So Luke, another patron at the Chaos tier, getting a Misty Rainforest. So what is that? Modern Horizons 2 from 2021. Awesome. So there's the commons. And time for another plug, the last one of the video. If you're in the US, check out mtgunpacked.com. So we still have some of the Fantasy 5 packs in stock, including a pack of Final Fantasy. We have Dragon's Horde boxes, Pure Chaos, and I believe also a little bulk. So check it out. All right, Luke, we have Guardian of Pilgrims, Balaam T. Rexor, Crash and Burn, Dragon Mantle, Tireless Hauler, flipping it into Dire Strain Brawler, and Opera Love Song, Dungeon Crawler, Thirst for Knowledge, Pirates Pillage, and A Promise Fulfilled. So there's a Through the Ages card. Foil Cloudbound Moogle. No, it's not a flying cat. And damn, that is quite a pull. There we go. So enjoy the pulls there, Luke. And lucky last for May 2025 patrons, we have Tammy Sanchez. Thank you for being a patron. So that's a nice list pull you got there. Amber Cleave from Throne of Eldraine originally, reprinted in the list. So that's good to see. And a foil. The foils are getting really low now. I just got to grab one here. Surely they're like stuck together. What the heck? And a rare or mythic. Okay, Tammy, what do we got? It is Strategic Planning, Heated Debate, Funeral Longboat, Fiery Cannonade, Rangers Longbow, Guild Thief, Calaxion Hunger Tyrant, Legendary Crocodile, Spike-Filled Hazard, flipping it into Spike-Filled Cave. Then we've got Rock Slide Sorcerer, Lion Umbra, Disruptive Stormbrood. I love the borders on these showcase versions. And it is Venat, Heart of Hydaelyn. So nice borderless art. On the other side, we have Hydaelyn, the Mother Crystal. All right, so enjoy that one, Tammy. But wait, Tammy is getting another snack pack. Nice Kindred Discovery Mythic there from the Enchanting Tales. Let's see if we can get a wild card to finish here. So there's our commons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I did actually have just enough foils, so that's cool. All right, round 2 here for Tammy. Starting off with Chitin Gravestalker, Ardent Electromancer, Courageous Goblin, Misleading Motes, Alania's Pathmaker, and Pitiless Pontiff. Enchantress's Presence, extra rare, good deal. Hoarder's Overflow, and Stone Speaker Crystal, Autark Mammoth, and Midgar City of Mako, nice foil rare, and Sword of Vengeance. So enjoy the pulls there, Tammy. And you know what? We did not find the final wild cards, so let's just crack a pack of Final Fantasy to finish. So we've opened nearly all of the Final Fantasy stuff. I still need to work on the Collector Commander decks. So I just need to find time for those videos. That should be in the next week or so. Also later in the month, the release of the gift bundle of Final Fantasy. Looking forward to it. Let's see what we get in this final pack. We have Retrieve the Esper, Fate of the Suncrist, Red Mage's Rapier, Black Mage's Rod, Prisha's Wanderings, Quikrun Merchant, White Mage's Staff. Oh, nice. I like the pixel art on this one. Search for the Frozen Esper, followed by Diamond Weapon, Phoenix Down, Realm Sketching, and Edgar, King of Figaro for the rare. Foil the Emperor of Palamecia, flipping it into the Lord Master of Hell, and a Swamp in foil. Where are we? Here we go. Hero and a frog on the other side. So that wraps up another month of Patron snap packs. So hopefully the next one won't be quite as late for June. So maybe late June, early July. Looking forward to it. Hope everyone has a fantastic week and hope you enjoyed staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.